Welcome, everybody. Hi, this is Jory Ann, the Coffee Psychic, and we have another edition of Exploring Alternate Realities. Today we have a wonderful guest. We have Miss Carol Bolton with us, and Carol has been a TV producer, right?
Yes.
And Carol's done many shows here for CAN TV for quite a while. And today we're going to do something very special. This is a live call-in show, everybody. And as you can see on the screen, you can give us a call at 312-738-1845. Again, that number is 312-738-1845. So give us a call. We'll be doing some psychic readings here for you today. Okay, so Carol, I want to thank you for coming to the show today.
Oh, it's my pleasure.
Oh, thank you, thank you. We've got that beautiful, beautiful music in the background here.
Oh,
If you
I love
notice
it.
that? Yeah, me too. Very spiritual music.
Yes.
So, you know, I normally don't ask people information about them before doing psychic readings, but as you know, you and I have a very little bit of a history in the past.
Yes.
And I know you've done some amazing shows for CAN TV. And but we haven't seen each other for quite a while. So you were invited on the show today for me to actually do a reading for you.
Yes.
So, and you're open for that?
Yes, I'm open.
All right, all right. So I'll just tell you a little bit about myself. I'm called the Coffee Psychic because I'm actually going to use a regular cup of coffee as though it's a crystal ball. Okay, so I take the coffee, I pour it in there, and I take cream, and I start seeing letters, numbers, body parts, faces, everything in the coffee. I also like using different mediums when I'm doing my readings because that actually pulls up more information. So I also use the tarot cards.
Okay.
Now, I've been doing this work for over 30 years, which I know you know that because,
Yes.
you know, we go back a little ways there.
Yeah.
And I'm also, over the years, I've developed my all of my abilities, and I always encourage our listeners, if you're doing psychic work, please, please just, you know, incorporate everything you can because God communicates to us through a lot of different mediums. So I'm also trance medium. I'm also medical intuitive. I do so many things. I do exorcisms. I do everything.
Right.
Working in the spiritual field. So, so with that, how about if we get started?
We can get started.
Is that good? Okay.
That's good.
So when I start doing my readings, I have people start by taking the tarot cards. Now, these cards are the tarot cards. You've probably heard of them in the past,
Yes,
right? They have all sorts of pictures on them, things like that, okay? All right, so I'm going to ask you to shuffle these. Now, I normally start by clearing and blessing the cards, okay? And I say a prayer when I'm blessing these cards, and I ask God to come through me to give me information that's necessary for you to know, necessary and pertinent, okay? So I'm going to hand you the cards. And what you want to do whenever you're with a psychic, you want to sit there and kind of just, you can either clear your mind and ask God to give you the information that you're supposed to know, or you can ask for specific questions. But what we're going to do right now is we're going to go ahead and, you know, always the intent is asking God to give you what you're supposed to know. So I want you to use your left hand, and then I need you to cut this deck into 8 piles. Excuse me, I get a little bit of cold left over here.
It's okay.
Oops. Oh, now that happened on purpose. Now that's what I want people to know. When things happen, when you're working with the tarot card, if one falls out, that means the spirits are really trying to give you another message. Okay? So this is really a good message about family. Do you have a lovely family? Well, the definition, so these are really cards with pictures. These are a lot of cups. Cups means love. 10s are endings and new beginnings, okay?
Okay.
And the definition says you've gone through an awful lot. And that's true, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
To find your happiness and your security in your home life. This is attaining one's heart's desires. Attainment. it's goals. So for you, we were just talking off the air,
Right.
and you said you've been going through some things that you forgot you had put away,
Right.
and that you're thinking about pulling them back out and starting to look at doing them again.
Right.
Right? So that's attaining one's goals.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so that would be coming up for you. And because that actually popped out ahead of time, that would say, ahem, pay attention to that now.
Oh, okay.
Right? Does that make sense?
Yes, it does.
All right, perfect. Now if you want to take one more card, you can cut one more card.
Okay.
Excuse me. All right, perfect. All right, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to pour the coffee here.
Smells good.
It does. It is fresh brewed coffee. People used to ask me, what kind of coffee is that, Jorianne? Is it French roast? And I said, I can't say, not unless they're going to sponsor me.
Oh, there you go.
Just kidding. Okay. So looking in the coffee right now, the coffee literally is going clockwise, which is a very good sign because going clockwise means things are going forward in your life.
Oh, okay.
Does that make sense? Are things getting
Yes,
better?
it does. Yes.
Okay. Did you have anything going on with your hair, honestly, at all?
Nothing, but I used to keep it cut real short all the time. Then I
Okay.
just started letting it grow.
So it's a change of hair for you, okay. Believe it or not, I mean, whatever I see is what I have to tell people. So there's a hair in your coffee, believe it or not.
Uh-oh.
And so we were sharing, now you've got a lot of clouds coming up here.
Okay.
Did you have any problems around, and I always ask, do I have your full permission to say
Oh,
anything to you at
sure.
all? Okay,
Yes,
great, thank
yes.
you. Did you have any organ issues or anything? Did something happen to any of your organs?
Yeah, recently, I had the urine had. I went into the urine had. I couldn't get it all out.
Okay.
And it was pushing down, and I just resolved that lately because
Wow.
I had gone into a crisis, and I just resolved it.
Wow, thank God. And now this is really something in your coffee too. Have you been seeing or thinking of any dead people lately?
I've been seeing faces. Yeah.
Thank you. That's exactly what's in the coffee.
Oh.
Isn't that great?
Yes, it is.
Yes, ma'am. So, and then did you have any stress around your back area, Carol?
Yeah, I did because the kidneys,
Okay.
and it goes around to the back too. Mhm.
Okay.
Yes.
And then, now, do you know anyone, and I have to tell whatever pictures I see in here, did anyone have any trouble with their female organs at one point? Do you know somebody where it would have been significant? Like, did somebody have endometriosis? Did somebody have trouble with, ovarian cysts or something?
I can't think of anyone
Okay.
that I know.
You can
No,
think of right now.
not right now. Mm-mm.
So with my readings, the information is past, present, and future on you. Sometimes it's on other people right around you. It's either literal or it's symbolic.
Okay.
And I get feedback anywhere from in the moment up to 25 years in the future. Okay? So again, this might be something where you might hear about somebody, it could be a relative saying, oh my God, I had an issue with that.
Oh, okay.
Okay? And then had you been thinking about taking a trip, even if it was a small trip?
Kinda, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, kinda.
Okay. Sometimes these trips come up when I tell people, and they're going like, no, Jorianne. No, Jorianne. And then they call me back later and say, you're never going to believe where I went. So I like doing the recordings of my readings, and this way I give that to people, and they're able to look at that and then call me. They're able to reflect back on it and call me back
Right.
after that.
I say, yeah, you're definitely right.
Yes, positively. All right. So let's see. So I'm going to take these cards now,
Okay.
and I just realized I needed a little tiny bucket or a reservoir for that.
Okay.
Okay. This one, this one, this one, and this one. Alrighty. So this is how this goes. So, did your hair used to be more auburn or reddish at one point?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. So this would be you. Now this could also talk about another woman, another woman who has blondish or reddish hair, but that was yours also.
Well, that could have been my aunt. My aunt right here.
Okay.
My grandmother. My grandmother, she was half Irish.
Okay,
So-
beautiful, beautiful.
And they both had red hair.
Okay.
Hmm.
So this talks about somebody that's very nature-loving, fond of kids and family life, spiritually aware, practical, dedicated, loving, loyal, and sincere.
I know no one like that.
You. I know you're a spiritual woman. Ah, too funny. So, okay, trying to alter this a little bit here. Okay. Now this says you really do care a lot about people, okay? And
Yeah,
I know that's true. You're a very dedicated person. Aren't you very spiritual also, though?
Yes.
Okay, because I really feel strongly God around you, the angels around you. Did you have a brother that died, or a man?
I had a son, my son.
I saw a dead man, I swear to God, right now, standing next to you, standing by you.
was my
Okay.
son.
Can I ask what his name was?
It was either Jeffrey Bolton
Okay.
or Carlos Payton, my step-grandfather. It's either one of them.
I think it's Jeffrey.
Okay. it's
Yeah.
Jeffrey.
Yeah.
All right.
And this says you're supposed to be seeing people from the past also.
Okay.
So you might have people that are going to be popping in, saying hello, visiting with you. Maybe they're going to see you on TV today.
Okay.
So, and saying hi. Has there been anything around spiders or little insects or something?
Yeah, I see them in around the house every once in a while, and I know I was sitting downstairs one day waiting for Pace, and one, was trying to get in my ear, and
That's a terrible feeling.
Yeah, a gentleman came out and he said, "You got that natural. They're going to be coming for you." So he took it away. So. It was,
Oh, that's good. That's good.
right.
Well, I know that they say right now, first, two things. Spiders are very good luck.
Oh, okay.
Okay, and they represent good luck. Okay.
Okay.
But the fact that they're in the house, you want to get them out because
Oh, okay.
it's like you guys.
No,
gotta
it's
go.
not a lot of them in the house, but
Yeah.
I see them every once in a while.
Oh no, I recently have seen some. They said that in my house they've said that it's getting colder and the spiders are
yeah,
trying to look
right.
for a warm place to go.
Right, exactly.
Yep. Okay, we already went over this card.
Okay.
Okay. Now this is like a little direction for you. It says a new situation is demanding your readiness to work at it intensely. If you apply yourself, it's going to pay off richly.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I understand that.
Okay, good.
I understand that.
And I know you said that you did retire, right? But sometimes God still has us still wanting to do other things.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Now this is, again, you got a lot of spiritual cards coming up here, Carol.
Uh-oh.
This is the card, the Hermit.
Okay.
And I don't know that people can see it, but it's the card, the Hermit. And it really talks about you becoming a hermit sometimes,
Yeah, that's me.
withdrawing within.
Yes.
But it also says you're looking within to that light of God.
Okay.
Okay? All right. All right. Now,
Uh-oh.
I know we're on TV, right?
Yeah.
So this talks about a gift of money. Sometimes it's an inheritance. Sometimes it's somebody looking at their money, wanting to move their money around, things like this. I can't tell you how many times I've talked about this card, and then people call me back and say, I did get a gift of money. Some people have gone home, and there's like a check in the mail, things like that. Yeah.
That would be nice.
I know, right? Right?
Yes.
So when I see the gift of money coming in, I always tell people, don't bet your mortgage on it, but you could go out and, buy some lottery tickets, right? Yeah,
Exactly.
Yes, ma'am. All right. I just heard the name Kevin.
Kevin.
Is there a Kevin or a K name anywhere around you?
Okay. The only Kevin, my oldest son used to go with a girl who has a son named Kevin.
Okay.
That's the only Kevin that
Okay.
I can think of. And my son's best friend's brother was named, the one that passed, one of his brothers was named Kevin.
Okay, okay. So that could be something where your son is actually coming through and giving us messages about, that's how you know it's him.
Oh, okay.
Okay,
All right.
okay. Now, this is interesting. So sometimes people say, Jorianne, why are you saying these different things? This one card says your financial position must be guarded. Continued alertness is essential for success. Some disharmony, unfulfilled romance, and rest before work is resumed. So this is like, you want to watch your money. And people say, how can you tell us that one card says money's coming in and yet you still have to watch the money?
Right.
Right?
Well, it's coming in, so you got to watch it.
Well, there was one time that I was doing some online banking, and all of a sudden I saw a charge from, New York, and I was going like, did I buy something online from New York?
Right.
And then another charge came in from Vermont, and I'm going like, oh my God. And I called my bank right away. It's like, oh no.
Right, right.
Yeah, so
I've got to watch that.
Yeah, so watch for anything that looks weird. So I'm going to take a little swallow of water here.
Okay.
So this says, this really says you're brilliant, and it says you've got great capabilities and talents that you are still supposed to be expanding on.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Okay.
One important task is to find or create the proper surroundings for your talents and abilities. It says you're strong-willed, you're a mind over matter person, and you can manifest anything you set your mind to. You just have to stay determined and focused.
Oh, okay.
Okay?
All right.
This card normally talks about that this is a really good time for you to do anything you want right now.
Really?
Yep, anything you want. So, and you'll probably be able to find the support, you'll be able to find help, stuff like that.
Oh, I was thinking about that. Yeah, okay. Thank
Makes
you.
sense?
Yeah, it makes a lot of sense.
Because that kind of goes hand in hand with this card. Okay? Now's the time for you to, do something special.
Oh, okay.
Okay?
All right.
All right. And this just says you're very strong.
Okay.
You're anticipating some problems, but you're ready to handle anything that comes your way. Now, this is how I do the cards here. Like I said, I heard, the names coming in from the other side. I also get a sense that I'm kind of thinking you're supposed to be writing a book.
Yeah, yeah. It's years ago, the Spirit had told me, he said, write a book, told me the name of the book.
Okay.
Called Angled by Carol Bolton. And he said, you've already written it. All you have to do is compile your notes. And that was, when you said notes, it was the different shows that I had done and the pieces I've done with them. And so I put it all together, but that was it. And I left it alone.
So do you see when, so this is how it works, right? So before we were talking and you were saying you're coming up with things that you had set aside or you didn't even remember for a while.
Right.
And now they're coming up into your mind again. This as a new situation is demanding your readiness to work at it intensely.
Oh, okay.
If you apply yourself, it's going to pay off richly.
Oh, okay.
Here's the money.
Right.
You've got the strength of mind. You will have people coming in and helping you.
Oh, okay.
So whether it's, I don't know if it's some kids in college, whether it's people that just like to edit other people's things. I mean, you're an editor too, aren't you?
Right, yes, I am.
Okay. So this says you're brilliant. I mean.
Uh-oh, brilliant, huh? I didn't know that.
So, I mean, you're clear-minded, right?
Right.
So, yeah, so this is perfect. And was there anything around dogs for you at all?
I've had some dogs that, that I've had to kind of get rid of, but I love dogs. My godmother, when I had moved from Greenville, I was born in Michigan, but I left Michigan at 9 months. Went to my grandmother, went to my grandparents' home in Greenville, Mississippi, and then at 7 I went back to Michigan. And my godmother in Michigan, she had always said that children should always have dogs, But I had a cat, and she said dogs, so I always had a dog. And then when we were growing up, the kids were growing up, they had dogs, and I just love my dogs. I still think about them sometimes, and
Beautiful.
it's, yeah.
That's really neat. Yeah.
Yeah.
So now the other thing, so when we're sitting together when I do this work, and again, I do the work by phone all the time as well. I read people out in, New Zealand, Canada, Australia, stuff like that.
Right.
And so anyway, when I do this work, it is all energetic.
Okay.
Okay, it's energy as well. Now, right now, when I was looking at you, I just saw a vibration in the air right next to you. So that's another form of spirit energy. Okay?
Okay.
That's present right here on the stage with you.
Yeah, I know at the old studio,
Uh-huh.
when I used to do my shows and stuff all the time, there was a white cloud on the side,
Yes.
and it said it was love.
Wow.
And that was years ago at the
Wow.
old studio.
Yeah, I really feel that like the presence of angels coming in around you, watching over you, stuff like that. So, gosh, I also heard either Texas or Tennessee or something.
Oh, Texas, that's where my baby brother is.
Oh,
My baby
okay.
brother's in Texas.
Oh, very nice, very nice. I think you're supposed to be hearing from him soon.
Oh, okay.
So I don't know if you guys have recently communicated or not.
Yeah,
but
he was here a couple of weeks ago.
Oh,
A few weeks
beautiful.
ago. He was
Okay.
here, yeah.
Okay, very good.
Yeah.
All
So
right.
I seldom see him, but I saw him. Yeah.
So it was special.
yeah.
Very nice.
Yeah.
And I get the presence of your father here, as a matter of fact. And what was your dad's first name?
Well, when you say dad, I always have to say Carlos Payton, who's my great-grandfather.
Okay.
So his name would be Carlos.
Was
Payton.
there any problem around his head area?
He died of throat cancer.
Okay, so I don't know if they said so here, yeah, that's going up toward the head.
Right.
That's perfectly fine. Sometimes people don't do autopsies and stuff, but I'm getting like pressure in the head and stuff like that also.
Okay.
And was he a pretty happy guy, a really nice guy?
Oh, he was the best guy.
He was,
best
right?
guy ever.
Yeah, I can
Best
see him
guy
standing here.
ever.
I get him laughing, like joking,
Yeah, he
stuff
used to
like
tickle
that.
me.
Did he?
Yeah. I used to get up in the morning. On Sunday, he always had his little Sunday paper and stuff, and I would get up and beg him for coffee. He said no. He loved me. The only reason that I've gone through so much, and the only reason I've survived is because of him.
Beautiful, beautiful.
That's the only reason.
Yeah, so he's still watching over you from the other side.
Oh, thank you.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. So, all right. So this would be the time now. So after I do this part of the reading, then people can ask questions. And again, I just want to remind the people that this is a live call-in show, and so feel free with giving us a call. That number is 312-738-1845. Again, 312-738-1845. All right. All right. So, what specific questions do you think you'd like to ask? Is there anything that you've got on your mind, or?
I think you've covered everything that I've had. Everything I've had on my mind. I think you've covered it because there's a lot of things that I've experienced, from the other side. Like I know I was sitting on the couch, and I'm in a senior apartment now, and I hadn't been there very long, I don't think, and I was laying there, and it started, vibrating. And so
The chair did?
No, the couch.
The
I was
couch
on the
did.
couch, and it
Okay.
just started vibrating, up and down, like the Exodus. It was like that.
Like, oh no!
Right. And so I just rolled it through,
Okay.
And so in a couple of days afterwards, I had a skillet. I was cooking, and I had a skillet with I don't know if I had oil or whatever it is, and I opened up the cabinet for seasoning, and sage just dropped out. I don't know how the
Wow.
sage dropped out into the thing because the cabinet is here, the skillet was here, and
Yeah.
the sage dropped out and just started burning.
The
And
sage started
Sage
burning.
started burning. The sage was, in the skillet, burning in
Okay.
the skillet. And after that, I didn't have too much trouble with anybody bothering me.
Whoa!
And I don't know how in the world that happened, but it happened.
You have to know that the spirits, seriously, for something like that to happen, Carol, that's crazy.
Right.
And so, number one, you're sitting on your couch,
I was on the couch.
and you're
one
starting
night.
to get shaken.
Yeah, it was.
right?
It was shake. Yeah.
Was
yeah.
it scary?
To me, it wasn't, but it should have been. I thought it should
Right?
have been. Right.
Yeah,
Right.
probably
But-
should have been.
Right.
And I'll tell you why it probably should have been. It probably should have been scary because the spirit forces that were around you literally went to your kitchen cabinet, threw sage down. It was burning in your pan. And when I do house clearings, exorcisms, things like that, we use sage. You take it and you put it in a frying pan or you put it in a pot. You start it on fire. You blow out the flames. And then you go around the house saying the Our Fathers and Hail Marys. That sage is a product that's going to clear your house of any negative spirits.
Well, they cleared it.
Yes, it did, right? So you
Yeah.
didn't have any other issues after that.
You know, not with nothing like that. No.
Wow, that's phenomenal.
Yeah.
That's really phenomenal.
Yeah. Yeah. I've had quite a few experiences. A couple of years ago, I had a lot. But anyway, this one was my son had come in with a spaceship, on a spaceship.
Okay.
And so outside the window, my bedroom window, and he had let the ladder down.
Okay.
Okay. And came in and something purified the whole bedroom, just purified it. And I was, I guess I was dying, okay?
Okay.
And he said, I know what I'll do. And he hit a button, RW, rewrite, rewind.
Ah.
And it just went away, and I came back. And it
So
just
when
went
you
away.
said this, when you said the spaceship, were you talking about your son that's deceased?
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah.
So and then were you awake or were you asleep?
I was awake.
Okay. Okay. Beautiful. So your son that has had his transition, he came through in your waking state, and you saw him come through a vehicle of
It was a spaceship.
ladder down.
Huge spaceship, yeah.
Well, you know, in the psychic field, we are, you know, how can I say it? Some people have certain beliefs and some people don't.
Oh, okay.
I am completely on track with you because I've had a healing from the aliens.
Oh, okay.
Completely. And so when you're saying that, it's like, I totally get that. Your son came down. Again, you know, you have to know that there are, there's a book out there called Spaceships in the Bible.
Really?
Yes.
I haven't heard
One woman took the Bible and she had studied it for 4 years, and she said that every single time that you've got the chariots coming down, things like the chariots of fire, stuff like this,
Right.
that many times they weren't sure from a long time ago if, and I mean, I'm all about God, so I want to let you know that right now.
Yeah, right.
But were they saying that was God manifesting himself and coming down in a chariot like that, where they
Right.
were going, was it aliens or angels or what were they seeing? So I don't know exactly what that all looks like from a long time ago. I don't. But what I do know is that in the pyramids, they've literally found batteries.
Oh, yeah.
Like a battery for, I mean, how was that technology? How was that created a long time ago?
Exactly.
Right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So no, I had I've listened to all the stuff on the aliens. Oh gosh, I can't even remember all the different
Yeah,
experiences
Chariot of
that
the
I had
Gods.
with
I remember
aliens.
reading Chariot of the Gods. Yeah.
Yes, the chariots of the gods.
Yeah.
Yep. But I had I'd been dreaming that I had gone to the Monroe Institute, which I have many times, and there's a spacecraft. When you say a large spacecraft, they call it the Excalibur, and sometimes it hovers over this mountain in the Monroe, Faber, Virginia.
Oh, okay.
And that's by the Monroe Institute. A lot of people have seen it. I haven't seen it, but I have felt it.
Oh, okay.
And I was at home one day, and of course I was asleep, and somehow, well, anyway, I had this dream that I was in this big white room, and all they kept saying was, "She doesn't pass out, does she?" And I just kept going and going and going and going, and they said, "She really just doesn't pass out." And so I wasn't getting sedated, or I don't know what they were looking for,
Right.
but two of my kids were sitting on the floor going like this, having their arms folded, and they were just looking like they were forced to be there.
Right.
So I'd see them and feel comfortable and not threatened. So it was kind of weird, and I woke up and I was irritated. I was going like, so that's how they do it. The aliens. So that's how they take people up.
Right, right.
Whatever they do, and then so it's more along the lines of a possible your astral body, question mark.
Yeah.
And so then I'm realizing while I'm irritated, I'm still sleeping.
Oh.
So now I'm really waking up,
Right.
and I'm going like, what was that all about?
Right.
That was kind of weird. And I ended up, and I should tell the story right, what happened before that, a week before that. Anyway, so I woke up from this and I was like, that was pretty weird. And now that does make me mad because now that I know now that's how they're taking people. And a lot of, you guys might not believe this. That's okay. You'll have to have your own personal experiences.
Right.
Anyway, I had trouble with my knee, my left knee. And when I went to go downstairs, I almost fell down the stairs. I was holding the hand railing and I had to hold on to the other piece of wood. My knee was in so much pain for 3 days, and it has not given me a problem since. Now, that was years and years and years ago, and I'm going to backtrack just a little bit. I just started having a little irritation with my left knee again, but it was really looking so bad a long time ago.
Right.
I had that experience, and I know it was a complete healing.
Right.
And it was like, oh my God. Yeah. So I really get where you're coming from.
Right.
And yes, I believe that's entirely possible.
Right.
So that was a great experience for you.
Yeah, and I recently did a show. I've got to edit it and turn it in. But I was talking about, before I had gotten out of bed. I said, God, forgive me for all of my sins. And this big, huge golden hand out of this beautiful blue sky with the fluffy white clouds and the sun rays peeking through. And he said, lifted my chin up and said, all those people. And they couldn't love and protect one little baby girl.
Aw.
So I mean, I've had a lot of little things like that.
That's so beautiful.
Yeah.
That's really neat.
Yeah.
We have so many different experiences. We all do.
Right.
And if you guys want to call in today and share some of your experiences, please do that as well. Yeah. And
because it's good to hear.
Yeah, and there's no weird experience. To me, nothing is worse than saying, how would I be comfortable telling somebody about the possibility of I'm being taken up in a spaceship, because what else is this? I was taken somewhere into a white room,
right?
And they were there. I don't know who they were, but they were there,
right?
And I could hear them talking, and then all of a sudden I'm being healed. But then I had the picture of the spacecraft above the Monroe Institute.
Right.
Some people don't have that sense of freedom because they're afraid of what other people will think.
Yeah.
And so a lot of people clam up. They're like, somebody's going to think I'm crazy. And please don't think you're crazy. You're just having a spiritual or possibly a paranormal experience.
Yeah, I know. I work full time and I went to school full time trying to, get a better job. And the only time I'm a sickler, and it was kind of hard for me, but that was okay. And I got very little sleep, but I never missed not one bus stop. Because that's the only time I really got any sleep was on the bus. Never missed. Every time it was time for me to get up. And I looked around and nothing, no one was there, but I never missed not one bus stop.
Wow.
Not one bus stop, never missed it.
Wow, that's beautiful.
So whoever it is, whoever they are, the spirits have been very good to me. Although I've gone through, and still go through a lot of stuff, but the spirits have been so very, very good to me.
Yes. Well, we have our spirit guides. We have our personal angels.
Okay.
We have our guardian angels. They say that we're assigned a master angel at our birth. And I believe that we also have different angels that come in, or spirit guides. And there is a difference between the two, of course.
Really?
Okay. So let's say if you've got a spirit guide and they come in, and let's say you have some challenges around math, or let's say you've got some challenges around loving people. You're gonna be tested with so many different experiences.
Okay.
They're gonna help you learn to love, or help you learn your math, or help you with your finances or whatever. And once you're done with that, once you're completely done, then that spirit guide will leave. Not the master one,
right?
But that spirit guide will leave, and then another one will come in for your next lesson. So to me, I kind of want to say, just the fact that you're still here, you're still alive, you either may have some more lessons that you're still learning, or the fact that you've got some things that you want to do and give to the world means that, maybe your lessons are over, Carol, but now you're just looking to be a contribution to share with people what you have. Because it's really important that people share their experiences, because gosh, if it wasn't for me reading some of the psychic books that I read, I was feeling so weird about my psychic abilities. I was feeling, am I crazy? Why is this happening? That sort of thing.
But you know something, I never, to me, I never thought I was crazy.
Okay.
I know probably other people probably did.
That's a fact, right?
Right. But I never thought I was crazy. It was just, I guess, just a natural thing. I remember my grandmother and my two aunts. I was always sickly, like I said, and I was in Greenville at the time, and they said, they were bringing me. I had a crisis, and well, I was in a crisis, and they had brought me my breakfast, and I told them, I said, "Get that pork out of here! You know I don't eat pork." And but since I was a baby, they always said, like wild stuff and stuff like that I don't eat. Like in Michigan, they eat all these old wild stuff, squirrel and all this stuff.
Yeah.
And I would always push it away.
Wow.
And so they would always say, whatever she says she don't want to eat, don't make her eat it.
Don't give it to her. And how old were you when you said that?
I was about 3 or 4, something like
Wow.
that.
So what's really funny about that, I remember doing an earlier show here at CAN TV a long time ago. And and it might have been one of the shows that we had done. There was another minister, and he came in and we were talking in the hallway about not eating pork. Because pork, even in the Bible, it says is a dirty animal. Okay, because it eats its own mess and it'll eat any kind of garbage. And it just says that's not a good meat to eat because whatever you put, you're putting that in your body, that goes in your muscles. And of course, this is the temple of the Lord. Right? And that's why when you keep your body as purified as you possibly can, you're probably going to be hearing a little more clearly.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And you were 3 years old when you knew that you weren't supposed to be having pork.
Right.
Yeah.
But I ate pork up until my oldest son was about 8 years old, just about 50-some years ago. I mean, almost 50-some years ago. Because he came home, he said, "Mama, we're not supposed to eat pork." I said, "You're right." Since that day.
Wow. That's something.
No
That's
pork.
something. Was it a spiritual thing for you, a religious thing for you?
No.
So it was an automatic knowing.
Right.
Yep.
It was from wherever, the spiritual world or
That's
whatever.
right. I was at a house party. I was doing a psychic house party this one time, and so I have people that help me. And my one friend said, so they'll come and get me some snacks and stuff in between the readings because I just like sitting there reading people.
Right.
So he said, I said, "So what do they have out there?" And he said, "Well, they've got shrimp, they've got lobster, they've got this and that." And I swear to God, again, as God is my witness, I heard a passage in the Bible. And I said, "Henry, look that up." I said, "What does that passage says? What does that passage say? Do not eat ground feeders of the sea," or something like that. I'm like, "Whoa." We know for sure I'm not supposed to be having that shrimp today.
Right, exactly.
I said, "I'm not putting that in my body," So, so it's really interesting how, like spirit comes to you. So through a knowing, again, I had a head injury when I was younger. I did want to be a nun when I was younger.
Oh, okay.
Yep, so God was very important to me.
Right.
And so everyone gets it different. Everyone gets their information differently.
Right.
Do you see things out of and I'm going to make a joke about your hair in a second. So do you see things out of the corner of your eye, go to look and nothing's there ever?
Sometimes.
Okay. So your hair is out here now. When I was younger, I started seeing things so much that I had to bobby pin my hair. I'd get it wet and I would bobby pin it to my head. So it's like, okay, now am I seeing stuff for real or not? So that's what I did. That's what I did. And then I just learned, of course, we can normally capture the glimpses of the spirits in the periphery of our vision rather than straight on. But some of us can see people directly straight on as well.
Yeah, something I saw one time. I saw some very, very, very tall people. I mean, extremely tall people. And I said, oh, that's where the phrase come, heads in the clouds.
Oh, that's interesting. So two things. I would look at that two ways. But again, we've got some similar paths here, Carol. We've got some real similar paths. God, I wonder how else we know each other in past lives here. Seriously,
Right,
for real. Talking about, so what I think of the you seeing the tall people was it like you said, kind of a metaphor where you're supposed to pay attention, or is your head in the clouds right now? Can get grounded again, or were you literally? They say, what were the names of the giants that were in the Bible? Nephilim.
Yeah, okay.
The Nephilim. And, the story about the Nephilim, they were giants. And David slew the giant. So I believe that was the Nephilim. Somebody said that was a different race that was here on the planet Earth at that time, years ago. They said, it's kind of cracking me up, people had said that they felt because they couldn't find the bones of these giants, that they were just a race, they got in their spaceship, and they left the planet when they were done. Do you know, if you look on YouTube, that they've actually found bones of giants buried?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I've seen them.
Like a whole race of giants.
Right.
It's like, oh my God.
Right, because they said it was a cave where they had gotten so wild. And then once they all went in that cave, then the indigenous people came and burned the opening of the cave because they had gotten outrageous. And so they killed a lot of them up, and they found the bones in the caves and stuff.
It's pretty amazing.
Yep, it is.
Yeah.
But they're real. They weren't just spirit. I think they were real.
Yeah.
Plus, that's when I saw them. They were real. They were real people.
All right. All right. So you guys bear with me, please, because I've got a little bit of a hangover cold here, guys. Okay. All right. So we have a caller online, and caller, can you hear me? Okay, do we still have a caller online? Okay. All right, so again, you guys remember it's a live call-in show. The number to call in is 312-738-1845. And again, just give us a call. If you drop the line again, just give us a call in, everybody. So what I wanted to say is, talking about those giants again, oh my God. There was a class where I'm also a hypnotherapist, and I really do most of my psychic work these days. Okay. But, and I'm a Reiki healer, all that other good stuff.
Okay.
So many little things there.
Right.
I was at a convention, and we were taking a class from this woman who was, she was an exorcist, Dr. Irene Hickman. She was also a doctor. And for some reason, there was a total miscommunication. And so there were several of us students there. And she didn't show up because no one told her she had students. And it was like, oh my gosh. So we were sitting there, and we all just started chatting and stuff. And this woman said, would you mind doing a healing on me, Joanne? And I said, okay, not a problem. So I started doing a healing on her. Carol, oh my God. These spirits, she belonged to a group of aliens that she was here for whatever lessons. You were talking about the spirits. When you were going like, oh my God, that's exactly what I saw. So that's why I'm saying we're so similar here. I'm like, well, wait a minute. What did you see? What did I see? And because I'm a channeler, these spirits felt comfortable to come into my body. When this spirit was in my body, I felt like I was like 8 feet tall. Yeah. And I could hear them. They were communicating with her. They were telling her this, telling her that. Oh my God, it was a wonderful, I'd want to call it like a tribe of these different aliens. I'll never forget that experience because I could not sleep. For about 3 to 4 days. And that energy that was in my body, it was vibrating in my cells, even though the spirit did leave. It was like, oh my God. So I want to share that.
Right.
I think we have another caller. Hello, caller, can you hear me?
Hello.
Hi, who is this? What's your name? What's your name?
Hi, my name is Anna.
Anna, okay. And what would you like to know, Anna?
My father passed away 2 years ago, and I would like to know anything he'd like to tell me.
Can you, honey, I can feel him around you already. Your father was an extremely dear, wonderful man. And I'm going to tell you something. Your father loves you so much, Anna.
Yes.
And what I'm getting from your father is he wants you to watch around your financial affairs, around your money, that you should be careful. Do you understand what I'm hearing?
Yes, yeah, exactly.
Okay. Also, did you know that you've been a little sick lately, honey?
Yeah.
Okay, so he's telling you, please take care of that. Your father knows that you see him. Your father knows that you hear him all the time. And
Yes.
and he's coming in your sleep. He's also making some sort of sounds or something in the house. Do you hear that?
I know my dogs. I have 2 Chihuahuas.
Okay.
And they feel it too.
Okay. Who had the diabetes, honey? Anna?
Oh, diabetes? I don't know.
Like blood sugar problems or hyperglycemia?
No one that I know of.
Not yet. Okay, so knock on wood. I always tell people, be careful, but I'm pretty sure you're going to hear about it, okay?
Okay, I will go and see my doctor just in case.
Okay, good girl.
Sure.
That's right, right? Especially when you hear it from a psychic, you want to be careful. So look, your dad comes and talks to you. I see him sitting in the kitchen sometimes around you. Do you understand?
Oh, yes.
Okay.
He loved to cook, and he was a good cook, and we spent a lot of time in the kitchen.
Did your dad like his music a lot, by the way?
Oh, yes, he did.
Because he's showing me music here. I don't know that he totally danced a lot, but I get him dancing a little bit here. He liked, now you guys buried him, right?
Yes.
He likes where he's at. He likes that he liked his funeral and his burial party. He liked that so much.
Oh, okay.
So I hear that from him.
That's a good confirmation, because I always wondered if he want to be buried back home or here in America where we all are. Oh, so I like that.
But there was a lot of people that came to see your daddy, wasn't there?
Yes. Even people I did not know, they were, friends with.
Yes. So you have to, you're such a good person, Anna. You love so many people, but I have to tell you that you can't keep taking care of everybody all the time like you do.
Yeah.
You got to have people, you got to allow people to help you too, because honey, you need that right now. Do you understand me?
Yes. I feel a little bit worked out.
Okay. And you're a very blessed person, and Holy Spirit works with you too. Do you understand that?
Exactly, 100%. I always knew I am blessed. Somehow I always feel that.
Oh, you're very blessed. Do you pray to Our Lady of Guadalupe? Mother Mary?
I believe in Virgin Mary.
Yes.
I'm very spiritual.
Yes, you are. Mm-hmm. So I want to say thank you for calling in today, honey. Know that your dad is very good. He's in very good shape. Mm-hmm. He's glad that you can hear him, and he's trying to help you by answering some of your prayers, okay?
Thank you so very much.
Yes, ma'am. God bless you so much, Anna.
God bless you. Bye-bye.
Bye now. Oh, that's wonderful.
Yeah. Oh, yes. You're good.
Oh,
you picked up right away.
Oh, thank you. Her father showed up right away. Like your son. I wasn't sure who that was.
Right.
But clearly there was a man standing behind you.
Right.
And but yeah, her dad was like like right there. And yeah. Okay. I like doing channeling sessions. I've met some of the nicest dead people.
Right on.
I've got to tell you, I did. So when I do the readings, I like tape recording it, and there's this thing called EVP, electronic voice phenomenon.
Okay.
Yeah. So so many times we capture dead people's voices on recordings.
Oh,
Yes, yes.
that's amazing.
I know, isn't that the coolest?
Yes.
So sometime I'll have to bring that back and
Yeah.
play it so people can hear it.
Right.
Yeah. So there was one when I was reading this lady and her mom came through. Oh my God, her mom was the nicest lady. And afterward I said, well, I want to say thank you to your mom for showing up tonight. And I heard in my head, no, thank you, Jorianne. So I started laughing and I told this lady this. On her recording, after I said that, you hear a little voice saying, thank you, Jorianne. Just like that. I'm like, whoa. That was so cool.
Oh my goodness.
I know, it was just the best.
Right.
Yeah, so you never know how they're going to show up. I had one lady who had come for a reading, and she said, she goes, Jorianne, I keep dreaming of my dad. And I said, well, what's happening? She goes, I'm dreaming of him, and he looks at me and he says, 3, 2, 1. And she goes, what do you think that meant? And I was like, well, I said, what else? And she goes, well, I ran after him.
Right.
He looks back and says 3, 2, 1. She goes, what does that mean?
Right.
She goes, now I'm really running after him, and he stops and he looks at her and says 3, 2, 1. And she goes, what do you think that meant? I said, ma'am, I just pray to God, and I got to tell you, I feel I'm being touched on the head right now, and I'm just saying that somebody's touching my head here. And and I said, I pray to God that you played the lottery.
Oh, okay.
She says, I did. And I said, and how much did you win? She goes, thousands and thousands of dollars.
What?
Yes, ma'am.
But let me tell you something, Jorianne.
Yes.
I don't understand. I got a set, the first set of numbers.
Okay.
It was 674,
Okay.
134,
Okay.
and what's it? 539.
Okay.
Okay, and if you add them up across, all three columns is 8.
Okay.
It's 8. Okay, and they weren't lottery numbers.
Okay.
I have no idea what
Oh.
those numbers were.
You'd have to look up in the numerology book. Now, 10s are normally completion, 1s are beginnings, 2s are couples or partnerships, or sometimes 2s are a little conflict. 3 is more like, like Holy Spirit blessings. So there's there in every number, there's like master numbers. And they have certain significant meanings. So you'd want to go home and look up the 8s, because if you had columns and they were all equaling 8, 8 is a message for you.
Oh,
And you want to look that up.
Because I remember too, it said 3 and 4 are the same. So I saw 1, 3, 4. It said 3 and 4 were the same. And I'm like, what do you mean, 3 and 4?
No, 3 and 4 are not the same.
right. What do you mean by that?
I know, right?
But
they actually have numerology down to quite a science, pseudoscience, of course.
Right, right.
And they have it where 8 can be your love life. 8 can be your, if you look under 8, you've got love life, you've got business, you've got all of these other things that,
okay.
yeah.
All right,
That,
I'll look that up.
you ought to look it up, yeah.
Okay.
Is it your life's number this lifetime? Are there still things you're supposed to be doing? Things like that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they have things called the biorhythms. I do not know the whole thing about biorhythms, but I would want to check my biorhythms and then play the lottery.
Oh, right.
Is it a good day? Is it a slow day? Stuff like that.
Right, exactly.
Totally,
exactly.
totally, yeah.
Oh, yeah, and you saw money. Okay, very good.
I know, right?
Yeah.
So this gives you the opportunity to be proactive now.
Right, exactly. Exactly.
And really say, okay, so if somebody like me in my profession, if they're saying, you've got money coming in, you're going to be more open to looking around for it, like where is that source of money coming from? Now sometimes it's still going to come in there, but what if somebody was saying, hey, Carol, we have this opportunity, and you're like, well, and I mean, that could be your source of income coming in.
Right, exactly.
And then you can negotiate. It's like, well, I'm retired, but I'll come out of retirement for a little while
Right.
if it's worth it. So,
Right on.
and that could be your book too.
Yeah, right on.
Yes,
Right on.
ma'am.
Yeah.
more shows,
Very good.
whatever that is. Yeah.
Right, exactly.
Yep, yep,
Exactly. And you know something I want to tell you, it's true. There's so many different things that I should have been doing, really. I guess I should have been doing. I've always allowed other people to stifle.
Okay.
You understand what I'm
Okay.
saying?
Yeah.
And so I'm too old now. I don't need to.
Do you think so?
To allow? No, I don't need to allow people to keep doing that.
Got it. Got it.
Right,
I hear what you're saying.
Right.
So this is what I want. If I can address that for you, you know, they say the spirit is willing, but the body is weak. I know some people that have had calamities health-wise, like you have, but here you're sitting today.
Right.
You're here. You're allowing me to, you know, do a reading on you, to share with you, and to say, look, you know, time's not up here. Your clock still has a lot of time.
Right.
And but I hear that you've made a line in the sand where you felt like there were some things that you didn't get done because other people kind of got in your way of that.
Right.
And now you're saying, hey, that part's over, and I'm going to take my time and now do what I want with the rest of my time as I so will it.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So that's really neat. And it is through the spirit of the will, you know, the will of the spirit, that you say, this is what I'm doing.
Right.
And I will do this. I will do that.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
I will do it.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
will.
Yeah. So that's really important. God, there are so many great things that come through. You know, I like the fact that, you know, Spirit works with you all the time. I remember a long time ago when you were doing your show, I remember how spiritual you were then. That has never left you.
Well, no.
No.
No, Dr. Malik, he was Dr. Malik, who said, "Yeah, I understand." He's always like the one who understands me. But you get it too. You got it.
Totally.
You got
Totally.
it. You got it too. But he always said, "Yeah." He said, "Yeah, I understand that, and I know that." You know. And so, but I know he had, and thank you, Dr. Malik, wherever you are. But he always told me, I said, well, Dr. Malik, you know, I don't have any friends, blah, 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 blah. He said, I know you don't. I know you don't have He said, but anytime you want to talk, you know, call me. So he gave me his number. And I know I can always call him. So that's very
that's
good.
beautiful. Beautiful.
So I appreciate him. Boise Edwards have passed on, but Dr. Malik, he was always in my corner, and I appreciate it.
Beautiful. Beautiful.
I appreciate it. Yeah.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Do you remember Dr. Robert Crawford?
Robert, sounds familiar.
Like the 7 Keys to Life or something?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
I know
right.
he also crossed over too, but he had some good spiritual messages too.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
Beautiful.
Because I remember I used to watch, what was his name? Dyer? What was his name?
Dr. Wayne Dyer.
Wayne Dyer.
Yes.
Yeah, I used to watch him.
Yeah.
A lot. He used to be on Channel 11 a lot.
Oh, yes. Yes, he
Yeah.
did. Yes, he did. Yeah,
Yeah.
he was pretty wonderful.
Yeah, he was.
Yeah,
He really
yeah.
was, you know. And so there's a lot of people out there who get it, you know.
Yeah.
And you wonder about the people who are namesayers or naysayers.
Yeah,
You wonder
yeah.
about them.
You know, you do kind of wonder, but I think what it is, because we're all here, there's no rights and there's no wrongs.
Oh, okay. All right.
What there is lessons.
Mm-hmm.
So because we all have lessons we're supposed to be learning, if we did not have strife or conflict, we wouldn't be learning a lesson.
Okay.
So if you come up against something and you're going like, ow, ow, you know,
Right.
then it's something that you've got expectations, it's not working out, it's something for you to learn.
Oh, okay.
Right? And then when the lessons are done, then, you know, beam me up, Scotty.
Right. Time to go.
I want to thank you so much for joining us today.
No, I want to thank you. I appreciate
my God.
it.
My pleasure. And it's been wonderful having you. And I hope we can get together and do something again.
Oh, yes. It would
Would
be
that be-
wonderful.
would
Yeah,
that
I would
be-
love it. I know my hands are messed up. But
Oh, that's right. I just love you. Just love you.
Thank you.
Beautiful.